Hello and welcome Internet Math students to the summer 2018 semester. My name is Robert DiGiovanni. I am the instructor for the course. Now this is an orientation video to get you familiar with how the course is going to be conducted. I have 3 internet classes this summer. I have Calculus 1, Calculus 2, and Calculus 3. So this video is for all 3 classes. All of the courses are set up pretty much identical, so you should be able to follow me no matter what class you're in here, and everything should look the same. Of course, the material is a little different, so in the syllabus it's going to look different for each of you, but overall, you should be able to get the gist of the way things are going to run here. Okay, so let's start out with a few things, important things first. We are taking a traditional 16-week course, compressing it down to 8 weeks. So hopefully you have time in your life. I know it's summer, but the expectation is going to be that you are able to put in the same amount of time as you would be expected to do during a normal semester. So normally you're supposed to spend about almost 3.5 hours in lecture during a normal 16-week course, and then you add homework on top of that. That should be another, at least 3 to 8 hours of homework. So you're looking, somewhere between 12 hours to 15 hours a week for the course. But we're doing it in the summer, so you're compressing that down. So you really have to have a lot of free time to do well in a course like this. We're talking anywhere from 20 hours up per week for the courses. This is in no way, shape, or form the easier way to get through math. Internet mathematics is a lot of self-teaching. Now, I have provided as many resources as I possibly can for you, but you have to have the time to watch the videos and to learn. A few warnings here. I've been doing internet math for a long time, and you'll be putting your answers into a computer, and what I've noticed historically is that students do extremely well on the assignments that they do at home. They get hundreds on almost everything they do. Now this could be because you're at home and you're very comfortable and no stress, and it's not an exam, so you're not you don't have that anxiety. But there's also a lot of resources out there where you can find the answers to these questions, and you can, I'm not going to say cheat, but you can find ways to work around to get to the answer without actually understanding anything that you're doing. And that's going to catch up with you because you have to take 2 on-campus exams. Those exams will be held, well, the dates, we'll go through that in a second, but those 2 exams are 65% of your grade. So what you do online at home, unsupervised, is 35% of your grade. But you still need to come sit down on campus. Now, you'll be in front of a computer, but you'll have to be writing down all of your work. And I will grade each exam. And even if you get the right answer on the computer, you must have the work to support that. And I can't stress this enough because it's really come back to bite some students recently. Past few semesters, I've had students who walk into the final. All they needed was a 50. So they found ways to get to the answers without actually doing any work. They found like patterns in the answers. And they just put the correct answer in. It's right, but they had nothing on paper. So I went back and graded it and took those points away, and they wound up not passing the class because there was no work to support their answers. So at the end of the day, you're here to learn Calculus 1, 2, or 3, and there's no shortcuts. So just be aware of that. You are going to have to work hard, and if you do, you should do okay. I mean, again, I feel like I've provided what you need to do well in calculus. It's just a matter of whether or not you're going to be able to put the work and time into it. So without further ado, let's get started. This is the Northwest Vista College's main website. Assuming that you know how to do this, you go into log into ACES, and I think it's going to automatically log me in here. Yep. Okay. So I'm assuming you can get logged in, that you can get to the course. So you click on My Courses, make sure you're looking at Summer 2018, and then pick your course, either Cal 1, 2, or 3 here, depending on who you are. So I'm just going to go to my Cal 1. Take a look at that. So this is actually the teacher's view right now. So I will put it in the student view in a second, but I just want to point out the inbox. This inbox is our main way of communicating. I'm not going to spend much time on this because it is 2018 and most people can figure out how an inbox works. But here's where you compose the messages. Everything that you need to send to me needs to be sent through this system called Canvas right here. Do not send me an email through your Gmail account. It'll automatically get filtered out. So this is it. This is the primary way of communication. Now I will offer you my cell phone number later on. I'll show you that, but nothing is official unless it goes through here. All right, so let's go back to the class. And let's see here. Okay, let me go to a student view here. All right, so this is pretty much what it looks like. So there's a little, we're at the home page. There's a little warning here that you have to be enrolled by a certain time. I'll get to that. Let's talk about how the course is going to work. All right, just a basic idea of how the course works. I'm going to give you a schedule, and that schedule is going to give you assignments that are due, and those are done on a separate website called WebAssign. You have to go in there and do these homework assignments. And then at some point in time, you'll have to take a test. And all these assignments can be done at your own pace. Okay, there's due dates and due times. You have to have them completed by a certain time, but you can work ahead if you want. The only exceptions to that are exam 2 and 4. Those you have to take on campus on the days and times that I have established. So you've got this schedule. You look at the schedule. You say, okay, I've got to do 6.1 today or this week. So you look at 6.1. So what you're going to do is I have provided you videos, all right? And these videos are lecture videos, and they are basically me in front of a real classroom. I've filmed these over the last few years, but I just went into my face-to-face lecture, set up my camera right in the middle of the room. Here's my camera. So I just set it up, and I recorded the entire lecture. So now in Cal 1, it's a little different. My Cal 1 students, you're going to see more of like a screen capture of me writing on a tablet. But either way, the idea is that you're going to watch a full-length, hour, 40-minute video for each section. And after you've watched that, then you will go try and attempt to do the homework. Okay, so you go and try and do the homework. If you have trouble with the homework, I have additional videos that will help you get through the homework. And then of course, if you still can't do it, you contact me, text me, call me, email me, and I can help you through it. So, I mean, that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. You're going to follow a schedule, you're going to watch hours of lecture videos, you're going to do homework, and if you get stuck on homework, you're going to watch more hours of me working by hand through solutions to problems. So that's pretty much the way it's going to work. So this right here we have a link for orientation video. That's what you're watching right now. It's not up there yet, so there's no link, but it will be. So let's take a look at the schedule. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to download to my computer, and let's just kind of get an idea of how this very basic schedule. We have what assignment and what due date. So you can see that there are 2 assignments that are due on the 7th of June, which is, what day is that? That's Thursday. Okay, so on a Thursday, you have these 2 assignments. The first assignment is a thing to introduce you to how to use WebAssign, which is where you do your homework. It's like, how do you put in equations and exponents and fractions? So it's kind of an introduction to WebAssign. And the other one is what I call a homework syllabus confirmation. It's just a 1 question, yes or no, that you understand the requirements of the course. So it's kind of like you signing off on the syllabus. That's your first deadline. Then you have another group of assignments. So this is my Cal 1 class. My Cal 2 class is going to look a little different, but you notice that those 3 assignments are all due on the 10th, so a few days later. So that means for section 1.1, I'm going to want to go watch a video of the lecture, and then I will go do the homework online. So I just continue that. I just keep track of when the due dates are. Everything's clumped together. You can see lots of stuff due a week after that. Summer course, everything's condensed. There's a lot of material that needs to be covered. So all of these have to be done by this date and this time. Again, you could work ahead, but those are the due dates and times. So I'm going to kind of show you how this would work for this Cal 1 class. So for the Cal 1, now there's one big difference in the Cal 1 from the Cal 2 and 3. So Cal 1, they actually have two sets of videos. You have what are called course videos. Those videos will give you an introduction to what's in the section. Then you have the class videos, which are like the lectures, the face-to-face. For Cal 2 and 3, they're just lectures. So let's take a look on this course video. And I can already warn you right now that the audio in these is going to be a little bad, but I did these a long time ago. So if I were doing Chapter 1, Section 1, I would start with this 16-minute video. I'm going to mute it. And what it is it's me talking through some definitions and showing some animations and things like that. Okay, so that Cal 1 student would watch that video. Once they watch that video, then they would go to the lecture videos. And so you see here, I have a lecture here. It's 2 hours, 21 minutes. It covers 1.1 and 1.2. And so this video is, again, it's going to be me working through. So what you're going to see is me doing more problems, kind of like on a tablet, and I'm writing. I turn my voice off because I don't want to hear it. But you can see me writing there. I guess I'll turn me on.
Is that okay?
Supposed to talk. Here we go. Come on.
Because you might need to know these formulas.
Okay, so you get the idea there, hopefully. Watch the course video, get the kind of definitions and ideas, then you watch the lecture video. Just keep in mind, anything I say in these videos in terms of like, hey class, we're gonna have a quiz next time, or anything like that, just ignore it. Anything I offer my face-to-face classes in these videos, anything I ever offer as a take-home bonus, you can do. If you do that, just email me the work and I will give you bonus for that. But it had to be a bonus that I offered on these videos. So that's some incentive to watch the video. All right, so we got through the course video and the class lecture videos, and now I would go do my homework. All right, so to go do my homework, I need to go to WebAssign. Now, before I do that, let me take a look at, I need to get out of student view. Let me show you what that would look like for the Cal 2 students. So I'm at the Cal 2 students main page. You can see here their schedule's a little different. All they have are the lecture videos. They don't have the course videos. That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's not like I'm cheating you out of material. That's all the material's still here, okay? So if I bring up those lecture videos, it'll have, you can ignore the title here, Tuesday, Thursday, 3 p.m. Just look at this title right here, 3.5 inverse trig functions. And let's play that video. Let's see.
Right? That seemed pretty natural question to ask.
So these videos, as you can see, it's actually me in front of a board and me working on it.
Is the adjacent of
so that's the lecture. You're supposed to watch that whole thing. And then I have other optional videos that you can watch from older classes, and there's even more that you can watch. So, and let's do the Cal 3 while we're here. Cal 3, those videos. Okay, so here's what the Cal 3 is. Those videos, same thing. Ignore the day 1, day 2, all that. Just look for the section. This is 10.1, 3D coordinate system. I bring that up.
Your X must be positive, your Y must be positive.
So you can see I'm working and I'm projecting onto a board, and I'm going to be able to animate and move things around, which is really cool for Cal 3 because it's very visual. So, all right. So we've looked at the schedule. We've seen when something's due. We've gone and we watched the lecture video. We now have an understanding of the ideas, and now it's time to go do the homework. So to do the homework, what we're going to do is go to a website called WebAssign. Okay, so WebAssign. And, you know, I'll put a link in there on your homepage so you can get to it easier. Now, the first time that you get here, if this is your first time, you're going to need to enter the class key. And when you do that, it's going to bring up this thing where you can put in a key. Now, to find that key, you go to the course syllabus. So let me bring up the course syllabus. And if you scroll down here, it says materials for the class. It has a key here. Now, please be aware, this is the class key for Cal 3 right now. Cal 1, Cal 2, you have a different class key, so don't go typing this one in if you're in Cal 1 or 2. Okay, so, but for my Cal 3 class, this is what they do. They type that in, and when they type that in, it will allow them to then register into the course. And this is where you actually have to pay. All right, so there's no book you have to buy or anything like that. This will get you into a website, and in that website there's an ebook, and then that's where you go do your homework. So I'm going to let you take it from here in terms of this part. You type in the class key, enroll yourself into WebAssign, and just make sure that when you enroll yourself, it's going to ask you for a name and all that. Just make sure you use the same name that's on the official roster for Northwest Vista. Don't use a nickname or anything like that. And that's it. So let's act like we're there. Okay, let's say we've already done that, and now we're ready to log in. So we log in, and again, this is going to look like a different view. Okay, so what's really bad about this is I can't really show you. I can't show you what it looks like because the class hasn't started yet. But what you're going to see here is access to your ebook. Okay, so if you want to go and bring up the book and read it and go through it yourself, here's where the book is. So you can watch my lecture video. You can go read the book yourself. It's not running. What's going on here? All right, here we go. So you can bring up the table of contents, go to the different sections, and then read through. One thing that is important about this is that the book has problems, homework problems. Now these you don't have to do, you're going to do all your homework online. But I have an entire section of videos that I've done for my face-to-face classes where I work a lot of these problems out on camera. And so you could look at that as like a supplemental, more supplemental videos. If you're having trouble with homework, maybe it's worth you kind of bringing up the homework out of the book and then going and watching my videos that go with this, and that should really help you. And I'll show you a little bit more about how you can use that. Let me see, I'm getting a text here, hold on. All right, it's gonna probably get loud here. We got family in from out of town. They just told me they're on their way home. Okay, so there's your little ebook, and then over here on this side, my assignments. Right now it says there's nothing assigned, okay? And there's also a thing here for communication. Completely ignore communication here. We're not doing any communicating. Also grades, don't worry about grades here. Grades will be in that other system where we do the email. So all we're here to do is get the book and do our assignments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the student view, and I'm going to go and let me just bring up a Cal 2 sample homework. So for my Cal 2 class, one of their homeworks over substitution. So let's take a look at this. And again, you'll be able to click on this, all right? So I've watched the video, I'm ready to come do this, and here are the problems. And a lot of these are free response. So you put in an answer, there's a little palette over here to put in different symbols. And then I don't have the keys to do it, but you can click submit. It'll tell you if you're right or wrong. You get 5 tries at each homework problem. And then you can read it, which would take you to the book. If there's a video for it, there's a watch it video. Now those videos were done by the publisher of the book. They have nothing to do with my videos. Then you can even do tutoring, but I don't know how students, what they think of this. I've tried it a few times, kind of eh. But this is the assignment. So you work through the whole assignment, do all the problems, and like I said, 5 tries at each problem. Now, let's say you're having really a big problem with this question right here, question number 3. So you're having some trouble here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over here to this number over here. See that right there? It says 5.5.03. This means we're in chapter 5, section 5. Then the 3 is important. So let me explain. Remember earlier we brought up the book, right? Where the heck? Oh, I want student view. Okay, so we brought up the book, all right? So if I go to chapter 5, section 5, and I move to the back of the section where the homework problems are, come on. Come on. Okay, number 3. You'll see here that number 3 is very similar. Very similar. I think I took it down already. Oh well. It's very similar to that problem that we just saw. So now, the question is, did I make a video for that problem? If I did, it's really going to help you. So I'm going to go back to the Cal 2 main page here. And I had the class lecture videos. I had optional videos that you could watch from other semesters. Then I have homework solution videos for my face-to-face classes. I have these for Cal 1, 2, and 3, so this goes for all of you. If I bring this up, we were in 5.5. Here's 5.5. If I click on 5.5,
I can't pass this
I'm going to mute
through.
this. I'm going to go back and notice that in the video I have the number of the problem I'm doing. So if I pause this, we have this 2 plus x to the 4th all to the 5th times x cubed. Okay, don't worry about what that means, but let's go back to the book. That's number 2. Okay, so that's me doing number 2. Did I do number 3 is the question. I don't do every single problem. Oh, I did do number 3. Here it is. So as you're working through that homework assignment, if you're having trouble, even after you've watched everything, you can cross-reference into the book and hopefully be able to see me working out a video here. Very, very useful. So do not forget that, because 90 to 95% of the problems that I tell you to do online are going to have a video of me working a problem similar to it in my homework solution videos. Let me go back here. Let me go to Cal 1. Where's that link? So here it is, homework solutions for WebAssign. And then, oh, here it is. Homework solutions for face-to-face class, not in the schedule. So these, again, are the videos that you could watch that you cross-reference out of the book. Now, for my Cal 1 class, I actually have solutions to help them with the WebAssign problems. That's an additional resource for Cal 1. Cal 2 and Cal 3, I don't have that. Let me see. Let's look at Cal 3. What do I have here? So homework solutions right here. So you got your lecture videos, then you got your homework solution help videos. All right, so we go through, let's go back to this assignment. I do the assignment and I submit it. Then, after I've done the assignment, there's also some exams here. So let's take a look at an exam. Now, I'm not going to scroll down because this is an exam you'll do later. But this exam is one that you take at home, has 28 questions on it. Okay, it's not timed or anything. You can only do the problem 2 times. So if you do it 1 time, it counts it wrong. It'll tell you you're wrong. You get another try after that, it's wrong. So that's the big difference between the homework and the exams that you do at home, is that 5 tries versus 2 tries. None of these are timed. That's a good thing, I guess, yeah. Okay, now after you submit homework and exams, after the due date, you can always go back and review them, and that will be over here on the left-hand side. When you have my assignments here, there will be, on the bottom of your assignments, there will be past assignments. You can click on those and go back and review. I want to show you one more thing. We go to an assignment, it's not going to show it here. Oh well. Okay, so after a due date has passed, you can go back to your homeworks and exams, and review them. And then there's a button on the side that says Ask Teacher or Ask Instructor. If you click on that, it will send me an email. You don't have to tell me with a problem or anything. It'll send me an email, and you can type in something like, hey, I really don't understand this. Or you can put something like, hey, I did this right, but I forgot a comma, or something like that. And that way I can give you partial credit. And there's more information about how to get partial credit, but just keep in mind what I'm trying to get at with that is don't get stressed out about the syntax here of putting your answers in, because it can get a little stressful when you have the computer counting something wrong that you got right. Just don't worry about it. We will sort all that out. Just work on understanding what's going on. Okay, let me get out of this. Let me get back here. All right, so I'm in the Cal 3 class right now. Let's kind of recap again. It's never too much to just go back. Schedule, figure out what's due. Go watch the class lecture video. After you watch a video, go to WebAssign, try and do the homework. If you have problems with the homework, try and cross-reference to the book for the homework solution videos. Unless you're in Cal 1, then there's actually some videos that go with WebAssign. All right, now that pretty much covers the main chunk of the class, but we do need to talk about the syllabus. All right, so let's bring up the syllabus. All right, I'm not going to go through this because it's a lot, all right, but I will point out important things here. I've already established the 2 days. They're both on Thursdays. They're both at 10 a.m. that you have to come on campus to take a test. There's some more information here in the event that you can't make the test, but you need to read through that because there are very specific instructions on what needs to be done. But I do expect that everyone will be able to make those tests because I'm giving you some heads up here, a little bit of notice, at least a month. You're going to have about a month notice here. In terms of office hours for the summer, I am going to be on campus Monday through Thursday at different times. To make it easy, we're just going to go office hours. If you need to meet with me on campus to talk about something, let's just do it by appointment. So you'll email me or text me, and we'll set something up that works for both of us. Okay, I already told you about the code you need. Again, this is specific to the course, so be sure you look at the one in your syllabus. Oh, and here's the link right here to take you to WebAssign. All right, so I don't need to put it in here. Click on that, it's going to take you to WebAssign, and then you can get yourself registered. You must do that. You must register into WebAssign by 3 p.m. on Thursday, June 6th, 2018, or you're dropped from the course. It's basically like you didn't attend the beginning of the semester, so you're gone. Now, there is a book that this is based on, but you do not need to buy it, all right? But that is the book that the course is based on. There's one more thing you have to have for the course, and that's a binder. And I do have a video at the very beginning here. What is a good binder? Click on that. It's a little short video of me showing you a good student and bad student's binders. Do not forget about the binder. You have to have that binder in order for me to make any of the work that you ever do at home count. Okay, so that's all explained right here, the binder. Oh, whoa, what happened? Okay, so you have to have binder. Now in terms of calculators, read through that because I'm pretty flexible with the calculators, but you can't have anything that can do calculus. So that's like the TI-89, Inspire, CAS. If you have any questions, just call me or text me or email me. We can talk about it. The description and objectives and outcomes of the course depends on if you're in Cal 1, 2, or 3. So I'll let you read through those. And then our evaluation, how grades are determined. Standard grading scale, A, B, C, D, and F are the only grades that you can earn. And then the breakdown. This is the one that everyone wants to know. How is your grade determined? Well, the binder is a free 5% of your grade. Okay, you turn that in. You're going to turn it in on exam 4, which is the final. You give me that binder. I'll look through it right there. You'll get it back that same day. And we're all good. 5 points. Now, if that binder does not have what it's supposed to have in it, or you don't turn it in, then basically everything that you did online, zeros. And so you're going to wind up pretty much failing the course because all those exams you did at home and all of the homework you did at home go away. They become zeros. So now the homework that you do at home is 10%. The exam 1 that you do at home is 10%. And then here are the big ones. The on-campus exam, 32.5%. Exam 3 you do at home, 10%. And then the final exam, 32.5%. So the way it works is this. Exam 1 is going to cover everything you've done. Exam 2 will cover everything, including the stuff before Exam 1. So it's from the start of the semester to Exam 2, all that's cumulative. Now, Exam 3 only covers stuff after Exam 2. And Exam 4, the final, only covers stuff after Exam 2. So you can look at it as two chunks. You got Exam 2 covers everything in the first half. Exam 4 covers everything in the second half. Those are the two you have to come on campus for. Now, here's some very important things about Exams 2 and 4. I will actually send you a document. This is a sample of it. I will send you a document about a week before the exam, and you'll have to sign it and bring it with you. And it explains, what to expect. You're going to be on campus for how many hours. And oh, this one says 9 a.m. Oops, I need to change that. It's actually 10 a.m. But it tells you what to bring, what you should expect, what you're going to do after the exam. I'll let you read through that. Now, the important thing is this: how to succeed on those exams. On Exams 2 and 4, students always struggle, and it's because of the testing environment, the anxiety, the pressure, and you need to practice for that. So you need to be at home reviewing your old assignments until you're comfortable with everything, so that when you sit down at the Exam 2 and 4, you're prepared. So I don't know how else to stress that you have to prepare yourself for Exams 2 and 4 by practicing and re-practicing your homework assignments. Your exams, what I do is I take the homework problems and I just kind of pick the problems I like out of those, and then I make the exams out of those. So if you can do your homeworks, there's going to be no surprises. Everything's going to be something you've seen before. So that's a good thing. It feels like I'm not recording. Hold on. Am I recording? Oh boy, that scared me. Okay. All right, some more information about requesting extensions. If you miss a deadline on homeworks, then you can automatically, in the system, after the due date, you have to wait till it becomes expired and late, you can then go in the system and request an extension on the homeworks. It'll give you a penalty of 10%, but you can still request an extension. All exams have to be done on the deadlines. If you miss it, like Exam 1 or 3 at home, if you miss those, you have to actually contact me and let me know what's going on. Exams 2 and 4, there are no extensions. That's it. You have to be there for those exams. If you miss it, it's a 0. All right, and then there's a bunch of other stuff in here that I won't go through. And then I have to put your schedule in the syllabus, so this is it. But remember earlier we printed it out. So, okay. That's the syllabus. Let's go back to the home page. Let's look at the files. So every course is going to be different, but this is where you can go and find additional resources. One of the most important things here is the formulas. So for my Cal 3 class, they have a lot of formulas that they're allowed to bring to Exam 2 and 4. They have, because there's just so many formulas in Cal 3. And in Cal 2, they have quite a bit. In Cal 1, I think there's only one set. Let's see here. So I'm in my Cal 1 class. I'm looking at formulas I can bring to Exam 2 and 4. That's it. Download this. I can download that, print it out, and bring it to the exam. That's what you're allowed to have. Nothing more than those formulas. So that's found in class files. You'll also find class notes in here. So most of the things that I do on my videos, I'm following some lecture notes. If you want to print those out yourself, they're all here. All right, let's go back to the home page. All right, let's go files we've talked about. Let me go back to student view. Okay, so files we talked about. Discussion, this is a discussion board where you can interact with your classmates. I will offer bonus to students who use the discussion board. I don't offer a lot of bonus in this class, okay? So at the end of the semester, you can't be like, what can I do? The things you can do are use a discussion board. If there are bonus questions offered in the lectures, you can do those. Or if the binder is really good, like organized and just exceptional, I'll consider bonus for that. Otherwise, you just have to do well on your homework and exams. All right, people, this is a way to get to your classmates, and then like if you want to email and make a study group or something. And then there's this collaborate Collaborate Ultra, which is, it's like a, oh, you know what? Don't worry about that. I'm going to take that off there. Never mind. All right, that is it. We've covered, I think, everything I want to. If you have any questions at this point, back on the syllabus here, I have I've kind of breezed over that real quick. Here's my cell phone number, and you can feel free to text me. Just make sure if you text me, you tell me who you are and what class you're in, and we'll go from there. So I hope this is enough to get you going. I look forward to a good summer. Don't hesitate to reach out for me for help, because remember that even though this is an online course and you know you're doing everything on the computer, I don't want you to ever feel like you're alone. So students who usually do well in these courses are the ones who reach out to me. I even have a phone where I can write on it. So one thing I recommend is if you're having trouble with something that you if you're working through a problem, you can't figure out where you're making a mistake, take a nice good picture of it, and picture that's well lit and in focus, and just text it to me. And what I'll do is I'll try and find your errors, and then I'll send a picture back to you, and that seems to work out really well. But I'm going to leave it to you to reach out to me for help. Yeah, that's it. Let's have a good semester, and I will talk to you.